What's up, guys? CV back with another video on maybe how to. I don't know how I'm gonna title this. You guys have obviously read the title because I figured it out at some point between now and then. Maybe a how to. I think this is gonna be a little bit of a look at and a talk about my thoughts on and what's worked for me, coming up in the first 3 years, and how to hold on to a group ride that is going over a hard climbing, whatever, and my thoughts on what you can do to, I don't want to say bluff your fitness a little bit, but definitely take what fitness you have and make the best of it. That's probably a good way to put it. So follow along here. We got about 15 minutes, well, less than that now. And we're gonna chat, and we're gonna watch this ride here that I have uploaded for you guys. You'll see power at the bottom. For everyone new to the channel, power at the bottom. We got your cadence to the left, and to the right we have the speed. I didn't put the gradient on here, but I can tell you it's about 4% most of the time, and then I'll kind of tell you when it kicks up to like, I think it kicks up to like 9%-ish, 8%. So right now we're just like a steady, this is like a 3 or 4%. And we just made the right-hand turn, as you saw, off of, for the locals, and for anyone that wants to look this ride up, you can check out my Strava too. This was a BOS. I think I titled this half a BOS. This is probably from 2 weeks ago, maybe a little later than that, but anyway, we just made the right off of Pima onto Happy Valley, which is it's a categorized climb, this thing. I think it has a 4 next to it. I think that means something on Strava, right? Anywho, so let me know if you guys know what that means. I think that means it's categorized. So anyway, we're rolling here. We're kind of towards the front of the group. This is the for everybody kind of want to know what ride this is. This is BOS. It'll probably be in the title of the video, but this is the fastest group ride in Arizona, I think, in my opinion, because you get guys, pro level athletes, ex-national champions, pro triathletes, pro road cyclists, like continental pros, no world tour pros, but continental pros. I mean, and it's crazy how strong these guys are, so anywho, BOS, Saturday morning. It's been going on, it goes on year round. It's been going on for like 10 or 15 years, and it's just a community thing. It's like, it's not put on by anyone in particular. It's just something that the community just does, and keeps it rolling. And it's basically a road race. It's basically a road race. Can you hold on? There's attacks. There are teams that show up and play team tactics and stuff. So think of it like a road race. You're basically watching, even though it's a group ride. But no one here is, we're not riding to get coffee, that's for sure. In the sense of it's hard. And honestly, what you're seeing right now, we're going up Happy Valley, and this is actually a really, really chill pace up Happy Valley. This ride was, yeah, no fireworks. We're just kind of chilling, and that keeps the entire group together. And creates a really, really spicy 115, which is like the next climb in the sequence here. So, okay, now I've laid it all out for you guys. I'm going to talk to you about what I do to take the fitness I have and make the most of it. Because, let's be honest, you can have more fitness than everyone on a ride and get dropped from that ride if you want to, right? You just go to the front and you go crazy and you try to pull everything everywhere, and then all of a sudden you're dropped, right? And the same could be said for the opposite. You could have the least amount of fitness of everybody on your ride and look like the strongest, because you just know how to sit in, you know how to surf wheels, you know how to be in the right places, you know how to move up. When you need to move up, like you see Johnny here moving up, when he sees that little movement, doing those things correctly can make you look like you have more fitness than you actually do. One thing that never lies is your power meter. That's why power meters are just the most valuable tool you can buy, the most valuable piece of equipment you can buy. But for all intents and purposes, we're just talking about what you can do to hold on to the, your group ride over that climb longer. The first thing I will say is, you know, if you know that your fitness is on the, you're on the cusp, you're gonna get dropped from this ride, you know you are, but you just wanna hold on longer. The first thing is you really have to stay hidden as best you can. Obviously, number one thing is drafting. It's super obvious, but maybe there's some new people listening, you know. I'm gonna talk about some obvious things for some people. For some other people, it might not be that obvious. One thing you wanna do is grab a wheel, sit on a wheel, stay close to the guy in front of you. You know, don't overlap his wheel, meaning don't cross him on either side. Just stay nice and close. Give yourself, you know, maybe like a 2 foot difference between his tire and yours, and try to match his cadence. That's drafting. I mean, that's the most important thing. You are working, and there's percentage numbers. You can live with percentages. I don't actually know them off the top of my head. It totally depends on how fast you're going, but you're working. I mean, I would almost say like half as much as a guy in the front if you're 10 guys back. Like, it's crazy, the difference. And power meters will show you that too. So that's number one. Just stay hidden. Do not put your face in the wind. If you know that you consistently get dropped on your group ride, you can think of your group ride right now, and you know there's a climb that always comes up and you consistently get dropped, and you want to go up that climb farther, or maybe you want to be the first person over the top. You have to hide. You have to hide. So yeah, second thing would be, you know, keep your head up and understand what the group's doing. Like, kind of have a feel for the different pulses, like the different accelerations that are going to happen in the group. Like you see here, it tilts downhill. We're done with Happy Valley now. We're gonna kind of go through this big kind of saddle before 115. And if you know that you have something like that coming up, you know, you need to be, you know, don't be too far back. Again, when you come into that saddle, because as soon as that downhill hits, obviously the speed's going to pick up. You need to pick up speed with it. Don't let any little half a gap open up and then you have to close it. That's the worst. So anticipate the pulse of group. See this right here? They pulsed, and look at, I leave. Look at this, like a 20-foot gap. So I'm in the wind now. So I'm having to work extra hard. I had to hit like a 600 watts, and then I come up here and you know, then not go anywhere. Like, I shouldn't have probably hit it that hard as well, but just try to anticipate that better. Like, I obviously did it not well there, and I had to use way too much power, which when we come up to now we start climbing again, when we come up to the peak of the climb, you know, that all has an effect. So it's all the little movements like that. Try to anticipate those the best you can. And then, you know, another big thing is try to anticipate the guys around you. So if you guys are doing this group ride, and you know Harry over here is Harry, and you kind of ridden with him, and you know Tom over here, and you've ridden with him, and you know Tom's faster than Harry, and you know that Harry gets dropped every time up this climb. Well, Harry's probably not the wheel you want to be on. You know, starting that climb, you want to be on Tom's wheel, because Tom is consistently first over the top or second over the top, or he's always in the lead group, you know. Because if you're on Harry's wheel, obviously, and he gets and he starts getting tired, and you're not that tired, the energy you would have to use to come around Harry on a climb to get back up to Tom, you know, that's it's gonna basically either drop you, or the guys in front of Tom, you know, or that group of Toms, they're going to have more energy than you, because you just wasted energy. So it's all about saving the watts the best you can, and choosing the right wheel is one of those that I'll throw in the pile there, choosing the right wheel. And you see here, now we're rolling pretty well. You kind of, if you've been watching the wattage, it's a pretty good consistent pace. Right here is like 3%, 4%, we're back into a climb. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll down here, and there's gonna be a left turn. And we're gonna take the left turn, and that's the start of a little higher gradient, a little more gradient. And that's what we refer to as 115. The locals refer to it as. But basically it's just it's a little climb, you know. And all our climbs are high speed, high power climbs. There's nothing super steep or very long. It's a short climb. I think it just takes like how much time we got in the video? 4 minutes more. So Yeah, now we're starting to punch it. I feel pretty good about the position I'm in here. I'm probably, well, I feel good about it now, but then I'll tell you where I make a mistake here coming up. So right now I'm probably like maybe 15, 20 riders back. And you see I go around that guy there because I had a feeling like he was looking a little too tired. Like he was kind of giving me the feel that he was going to get popped any second. He ends up not getting popped. He's a strong guy, but I just kind of want to move up a little bit. I'm about 20 people back here. This is too far back coming into, so if you have a climb and you're on a big group ride like this and you're trying to just get the most out of your fitness, be one of the first 4 people to hit the base of the climb. That's it. And be that in the top 4 or 5 while doing all the other things I just talked about. So surfing wheels, never seeing the front, picking the right, time to surge and all that. Do all that, end up no farther back than 5th guy when you hit the base of a climb. Even though we're climbing now, I'm not calling this a climb. I'm gonna call the left turn that we're about to make the start of the climb, because that's where everybody attacks, because it's then it gets steep, right? So you need to be in the top 5. If you're not in the top 5, the chances of you going over the top with the top 5, there are guys that, obviously it just depends. If you're super strong and you're stronger than everybody in the group, then no problem. But in a situation where everybody's so close in fitness, like you're gonna see on the screen here we go, making the left, moving up from, look at where I am right now, 20, am I 20 guys back? There's no way I'm gonna go over the top of this climb with the guys in the front. They're 60 feet up the road, and now it's like a 4, and now it's like a 6% grade. So I'd have to make up 60 feet in a 4% grade. I'm already doing, as you see here, 20 guys back. I'm doing 400 watts. So to make up that position, and watch, Aldecoa does it because he has the fitness to get back up there. So I'm doing 500 watts. To get up to those guys, I'd have to just start hammering out 600-700 watts. The deal is though, I'd be hammering out that 600 or 700 watts, and there's still a lot of climb left where I'm gonna have to hit 600-700 watts even just to hold on the guys near me. So could I hold 700 watts for, what is it, about 5 minutes? No, the answer is no, I don't have that fitness. So if you want to be the first over the top, you have to be one of the first 4 to hit the base of the climb. Then you just kind of hold your power. If you watch, no one really leaves me. There's some little splits at the front where the guys at the front fired some attacks, but some of those guys come back too because they used so much ammunition early that they over rev their heart rate and had to, the lactate in their legs just built up too quick. Then they had to slow down and breathe it out. So here we go. Now we're hitting it out of saddle here a little bit, but I'm just too far back. I was too far back to start the climb, period. So you see there's like one guy up the road. I think most of these guys come back, but so I've actually caught up to pretty much the front of the pack here, and a lot of guys that were on the front when they started the climb I've caught, and I'm gonna pass some of them here. But it took so much energy for me to move up that far that those guys are actually expending less energy starting at the front of the climb and then slowly letting the group come around them, right? And then staying with the group. They actually use less energy doing that. So that's my number one kind of tip from this video is start at the front, at the base of the climb, let the group come around you if need be, because then there'll be someone to jump on as you start the descent, or as you are climbing the climb. You'll end up farther up the road than you would have if you started like I did, 25 guys back. So you see that I'm starting to pick people off here. Some of the guys that did these early attacks at the base when we made the left are had again the lactate in their legs. They blew themselves up and now they're coming back. There's a little 2 or 3 man breakaway up there. You see them right there. There's like 3 guys, 4 guys, and that's like the really fit dudes that were in a good position, I'll say, because it takes both. Anyway, that's it, guys. I want to bring you how I hold on to climbs, and maybe some of the tips and strategies I just gave you in this video can lead you to a little little farther forward on your next group ride, a little farther up the road than you might have been. Yeah, so we start the descent here, and you know, through this descent, we end up catching those guys that were off the front over the climb, because the big guys come up and start taking poles in rotation, and you know, catch these guys. So I hope this helps, guys. If you like the video, give it a like. The likes let me know that that you want more of these kind of how-tos and kind of tip videos, stuff that I've learned. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe, it means a lot, and we'll talk to you next time.